V101.9, the best variety of hits and oldies. In studio now with a very, very, very special guest. You've heard this man for many, many years crooning out those slow jams, you know, just getting all of us in the mood, making everybody happy and making us all feel special. And he's an award-winning artist. He's quickly becoming an icon in our industry. He's done some heavy damage. I'm talking about Mr. Eric Benet. What's up, man?
Man, I love that intro, man. I'm humbled.
Well, you know, you're very deserving of an intro like that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So we're excited to have you in Charlotte.
Love coming here. Always love coming back. The audience is always off the chain when I'm performing, and just love, you know, nice warm spirit from the people here. So glad to be back.
No doubt, man. You know, there's a lot of love, you know, really all over the globe, but there's a lot of love for you in Charlotte because I can't tell you how many times the ladies call me and say, man, can you please play some Eric Benet?
That's what's up.
Can you please play me some Eric
That's
Benet?
why I do what I do. Just trying to make the ladies happy.
That's it, man. And speaking of music, man, let's talk about this new project. Now, I know you have a new CD coming out November 30th.
Yeah, man.
And, of course, we're playing the single, Sometimes I Cry, and this new one that I'm just crazy about.
You digging it?
Oh, that Never Gonna Let You Go?
Yes. Never Want to Live Without You.
Never Want to Live Without You.
Yeah, it's the whole vibe of the CD it's like an homage to mid to late 70s R&B because, you know, I mean, I love a lot of the new artists out today, but I mean, compared to the magic that was recorded in the studios back then, it's incomparable. I mean, you couldn't come to a studio if you just couldn't put it down, you know, once they push record. Nowadays, you don't really have to be that dope of a singer. You don't really have to be that dope of an instrumentalist. You know, if you just kind of okay singer, they'll fix you on Pro Tools, Auto-Tune. If you're not that great of an instrumentalist, just play 2 chords twice and we'll just sequence it and loop it. You know, but back then, I mean, it was a celebration of musical creativity that I don't think is expressed today as widely anyway. And so the whole album, like, people were really feeling Sometimes I Cry. That made me so happy because I really wanted Sometimes I Cry to be a statement, like, of what people should expect on this record, that real, that raw, that emotional, and that live. And you know, so I'm really excited about this project, man.
Well, you know, and we are too. And I noticed you said, you know, you're kind of taking it back. I'm looking at your artwork, and I'm looking at you because normally, like in most of you know, what we're used to from Eric Benet is more of a organic, spiritual thing. But on this one, man, you kind of, it's like a black and white cover.
Yeah.
You got the fedora hat. Yeah. You got the skinny black tie, the white shirt. I mean, it's kind of like you're taking us back to real music.
Yeah, visually, it's that cover, I actually had to fight a little bit for that cover because there were some marketing people at the label and they were like, you know, it almost looks too retro, like it could be a Frank Sinatra album or something like that. And I was like, I mean, it's an artistic statement, this record, you know, and I wanted the cover to look, you know, like I'm definitely coming from a different place, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on that cover, so thank you for that.
Man. See, I'm all about that, man. That's what I like that vintage classic.
That's
I like
what's up,
real
man.
Music, man.
Absolutely.
You know? I'm all about it. Now, I noticed as well that you have a lot of collaborations, man.
Man.
On this record. Tell us a little bit about that.
Some incredible people have joined forces with me on this record. Chrisette Michelle, she's somebody who I've been, you know, very, very excited about her career as an artist, and she just splashed on the scene. Lettucey is another one like that, and just a phenomenal vocalist, and I asked her to be a part of this record. Got a chance to get back together with Faith Evans. Man. It's the first time since Georgie Porgy.
And we all remember that one.
Yeah, man. No so, and then I had Eddie Levert came and just...
That's the heavy hitter.
Thank you.
Huge. That's huge.
He basically gave me validity of, you know, gave this CD validity, me doing this throwback 70s kind of vibe. I mean, he authenticated it. He was like, okay, if I'm on it, then it's the real deal.
Authenticated with a capital A.
Yes.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, because you look at Lettucey, you look at Chrisette Michelle, look at Faith Evans. I mean, you're already, you know, you're up there. That's a notch up. And then then you add Eddie Levert.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, all around this whole CD, it's one of those. It's not one of those 1, 2, or maybe even 3 cuts on it. It's definitely a complete project that you gotta get the whole thing and just grab, you know, a nice glass of Cabernet,
I like it.
and have somebody that you're romantically and lovingly involved with, and
Nice.
let the music play and see what happens.
There it is. We can even light some candles with all that going
Yes.
on.
Yes.
All right, so I've got to ask you about this song,
Mhm.
the first single that was released. Sometimes I
Yeah,
Cry.
absolutely.
Now, you know, when I heard this song, I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, Eric is pouring his heart out. Like
man.
we all felt that you really had something that was pushing that song.
Yeah.
So
man.
what was the inspiration behind this
I
song?
mean, I like to think that with every song that I write, it's from a very vulnerable and personal place. It's just, I don't know, I guess with some songs, that vulnerability and that intimacy just resonates a little stronger with some people. And Sometimes I Cry was one of those songs. Yeah, I just went back and thought about a couple of the biggest breakups I had in my life. And, you know, the challenge whenever you write a song is to try to say something. You can't say anything that hasn't been said already, because,
Right.
I mean,
It's all been said.
yeah, it's all been said. But the challenge is, let me say it in a way that either people have not heard quite before, quite this way, or they weren't expecting to hear it this way. And so I just went back and thought about some of those nuances of the post-breakup of some of my biggest breakups that I've ever had. And like, you know, I thought about, you know, I had to be with my family. Like I had to like pour my heart out to my family, and they were the ones that kind of, kind of
built it up.
built me back
to
up.
push that
And you know,
out, yeah.
once I was broke down and crying, you know, so there's that line in there. I shared my pain with my family. I think I'm on my way now. And you know, there's that time after, you know, you've been staying with somebody for so long. When you wake up, the first thing you breathe and see and hear is them. You know, so it's like, it's very natural just to reach for that person, and then they're not there anymore. And it takes a while to get over that, you know. So there's that phrase, and, you know, so there all those little nuances like that. I just put in the lyrics, and it definitely resonated very, very strongly with people.
You really, I mean, just what you did in the studio with that song, man. I mean, because before you went in and recorded it, it was just words on paper. But man, when you breathe that life into it, man, you really nailed it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, Sometimes I Cry. Okay, I'm not going to ask you that question that I'm sure you get asked
every time.
And you already know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask you, but I will say this. Are you guys still friends? That's all I want to know. You and Halle Berry, are you still friends?
You know, I mean, I will always have a place of love in my heart for her. But you know, not by my choice. We haven't spoken in India, nor I have spoken to her in, it's been about 7 years now.
Okay. Wow.
So, you know.
Wow, has it been that long?
Yeah, man. That's why it's like when people, I see the text, it's like, when is he going to get over it? I'm like, bruh, I am over it. When are y'all going to get over it?
It's been 7 years.
It's been
people.
7 years. I've so moved on, man.
That's crazy.